Get him!
I'm pretty.
You're pretty? You're a wild woman.
For 49-year-old Roger Gillespie, a Centerville man accused of killing 2-year-old Journey Marberry, who was in his care when she sustained fatal injuries on January 19, 2024.
Welcome or welcome back, and thanks for being here. I'm Cassie, and this is A Wicked World. The story I have for you today is about a 2-year-old little girl who was seriously injured and hospitalized for over a week before she finally succumbed to her injuries. But only one of the 2 people whom her family believes should be held responsible in her death have actually been punished. This is the story of Journey Marberry. Journey Lane Marberry was born on May 14, 2021 in Autumna, Iowa, to her mother, Katie Gregson, and her father, Kenny Marberry. She was said to be a sweet and sassy toddler who had a big heart. Journey loved playing with makeup. She loved Baby Shark, Cocomelon, and especially her family. She also had 1 brother and 2 sisters. At some point in January of 2024, Journey's mother, Katie, would leave her daughter in the care of her friend, Roger Gillespie. The 2 had known each other for some time and had become friends after meeting through their sons, who were also friends. The mother had entrusted Roger with Journey's care in the past as well. Now, it's not known if Roger was watching Journey for 2 days or 2 weeks at this point, but on January 19th, 2024, at 12:49 p.m., he contacted 911, saying that the little girl had fallen and now she was unresponsive. Roger told the dispatcher that he believed she may have been trying to retrieve bath toys while in the bath, and she slipped. He was heard saying on the call, "She slipped and fell, and she seemed okay at first. But now she's not waking up. And then I put her back in the tub to try to wake her up. But she's breathing, but I don't fucking know what to do." When first responders arrived on the scene shortly after, at 1417 Drake Avenue in Centerville, Roger was standing by the back door of the home, and he pointed them into the direction of the bathroom. Upon entering the bathroom, responders would find 2-year-old Journey. She was naked in the bathtub with water up to her ears, and was cold and unresponsive. The little girl would be transported to the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital in Iowa City, where doctors found that she was suffering from a severe brain injury. She had bleeding on her brain and a fracture to the bone in the back of her head. Journey would be placed on life support, but she would pass away about a week later on January 27, 2024. Prior to her passing, the little girl donated her organs, which saved the lives of others. When police brought Journey's babysitter, Roger, down to the station for questioning, he told them that the toddler had been bathing, and then, when he had left the room, she had fallen. He claimed that he believed Journey was trying to climb onto the bathroom vanity to retrieve some shark toys that she enjoyed playing with. Apparently, Roger had left the bathroom so he could go downstairs and do some laundry, when suddenly he heard a loud thud. Upon returning to the bathroom, he found Journey on the floor, and she was unconscious. So in a panic, he had returned her to the tub and attempted to splash some water on her to revive her. However, Journey's family members would later say that the little girl would always whine or yell when she needed help climbing up onto something. She barely wanted to climb up on chairs by herself because she was too scared. So the chances of Roger's story being true are pretty much none. Maybe he also realized at this point that this version of events was not going to be believable. Because after detectives had taken a short break, Roger changed his story. Now he was claiming that Journey had fallen down the basement steps because she was going down there to see if her brother was down there, as the little boy often played video games in the basement when Roger watched him. According to Roger, he had been in the shower at the time this occurred, but before he had gone into the shower, he had left Journey sleeping on the couch. Then, when he had come out of the bathroom about 15 to 20 minutes later, he had found the toddler at the foot of the stairs. She was unconscious, and Roger told the detective that he had brought her back to the bathroom so he could throw some water on her to try to revive her. From there, he had called 911. Oddly, in both versions of events, Roger insisted that after Journey had gotten injured, but prior to her falling unconscious, she had smiled at him with her eyes closed. Following this interview with authorities, 48-year-old Roger Gillespie would be placed under arrest, and he was charged with child endangerment resulting in death. However, when the toddler's autopsy results later came back, he would additionally be hit with the charge of first-degree murder. The medical examiner had ruled that Journey's cause of death was blunt force trauma, and her manner of death was homicide. The little girl had a 4-inch fracture to the back of her skull. Her brain was very swollen and had some serious hemorrhaging. She additionally had hemorrhaging to both eyes. The examiner stated that the degree of force that was needed to cause these injuries would have been similar to that of a fall from a 2- or 3-story building or a serious car crash. There would have had to have been a combination of shaking along with a fall, not just a fall, as Roger was stating. Journey also had bruises to her torso, back, and foot, some of these old, some new. Then, there was additionally methamphetamine found in her system. While it was discovered that Roger had video cameras inside his home, detectives were unable to recover any videos that had been taken on the day that Journey got injured. They did, however, discover videos that were taken prior to that day, and found that right after the little girl had been taken to the hospital, Roger had accessed the app in his phone which was connected to the cameras, so he likely deleted them all. Then, in police body cam footage, Roger was seen aggressively taking a potty chair and throwing it out of the home, while also berating the girl's mother, Katie, at the same time. While authorities did not confirm whether or not Roger had been drinking at the time, for some reason you think they would have checked that, they did confirm that he vomited during his interview with them. Detectives would discover messages that had been sent between Roger and the little girl's mother, Katie, on the day that Journey had been rushed to the hospital. Roger had sent her a message saying, "I want to put a effing bullet in my own head, only because she effing fell." Then he sent another saying, "Mother effer, all of this is going to look so effing negative." To which Katie replied back, telling him that all he could do was think about himself, like usual. She then confronted Roger about his story about her daughter falling in the bathtub when he had just stepped out of the room. She did not believe his version of events. There had also been messages that were sent between the two in the weeks prior to Journey receiving her injuries. In some of these, Roger had made sexual advances at the mother. Advances that Katie had ignored because she was only interested in having a friendship with him. She claimed that they had never had a sexual relationship in the past either. Though there are a few messages that were sent between the two in which Katie refers to Journey as our daughter. According to her, however, she often uses voice to text, and it was meant to say, my daughter. Just the day before Journey had been rushed to the hospital, Roger had sent Katie a message in which he said that the little girl did not seem to like him as much as she used to, and he asked Katie to find her a new babysitter going forward. Then he said, "I just want one more day for me." Later that same night, Roger sent Katie another message, and he stated, "If you really care about how much I've meant to you in your life, you should come up here right now and provide it." This was the last text that was sent between the two until the following day when Journey was being rushed to the hospital. So between these text messages and Roger's angry outburst with the potty chair that was caught on police body cam footage, investigators believed that he had purposely caused Journey's injuries out of his frustration to potty train her and Katie's lack of response to his advances. In February of 2025, Roger would go to trial on his charges. While he had previously told investigators that Journey had fallen in the bathroom while she was left unattended, and then later claimed that she had fallen down the stairs, his story changed once again. Now Roger was saying that he had been carrying Journey down the basement stairs to go do laundry with him. She was holding her blanket, and his foot had gotten tangled up in it. This caused them both to fall, and he landed on top of her. Roger said to the court, "To be honest, I didn't want anyone to know I landed on her." However, the forensic pathologist who had completed Journey's autopsy would say that a simple fall down the stairs would not have caused the toddler's serious injuries.
Dr. Satsuki Matsumoto, a pediatric neurologist, explained Journey had a skull fracture and brain bleeding caused by significant force.
And that this does not happen naturally or self-inflicted.
No.
I have no more questions.
Two-year-old cannot do this on her own.
The prosecution then reminded the jury that Journey's injuries had been from a combination of shaking and blunt force trauma, meaning that a simple fall, like Roger was saying, could not have caused them. Roger's former partner and mother of his children would also testify during the trial. She said that Roger had always been a good dad who was there for their kids, and she knew that he deeply cared about Journey. She additionally stated that Roger had told her that the 2-year-old had fallen from the bathroom vanity. But after only an hour and a half of deliberation, the jury found Roger Gillespie guilty of first-degree murder and child endangerment resulting in death. On March 31st, 2025, he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. According to Journey's other family, her mother, Katie, should also be facing charges in relation to the girl's death. They've said that she was once a very good mom, but she had made some very bad life choices, including using drugs, and that's when everything changed. Katie also knew that Roger had a criminal history, but she had chosen to ignore it. This history included domestic abuse and child endangerment, though both of these charges had been dismissed. But keep in mind, that doesn't necessarily mean that there wasn't some truth to them. Relatives additionally stated that Katie had made this statement at the time of her daughter's death. "It's been going on a lot longer than this one time," whatever that may mean. Now, when Journey had been taken to the hospital, Katie refused to even inform her biological father, Kenny. He didn't know about his daughter's very serious injuries until the following day when one of his friends was talking about raising money for the girl. Then, when Kenny had driven to the hospital to see his daughter, Katie had argued with him for quite some time about going into the room, even claiming that he was not her biological dad. The family said that before Journey even passed away and she was still being treated in the hospital, Katie had opened up a GoFundMe account. She was looking for donations to help her with gas, food, time off of work, lodging, and funeral expenses, before doctors had even made a final decision about her daughter. The mother was also said to have kept raising the goal on her GoFundMe page more and more as more and more donations kept coming in. On top of that, Child Services was said to have been involved in Katie's life prior to Journey's death. Though it's not known exactly what this was for, the mother had in the past been heard telling her children to get away from her and saying, "I don't even like you." And her older daughter, Zoe, whom family says Katie abandoned prior to Journey's death, now also wants nothing to do with her mother. The young girl even said about Katie, after hearing what had happened to her little sister, "She will do that to me, too." A celebration of life was held for Journey Marberry on Saturday, February 3rd, 2024, at Solid Rock Church of God in Centerville, Iowa. The little girl was then cremated. A public memorial site was also made for 2-year-old Journey at Lake Rathbun, where a plaque was dedicated to her and a tree planted in her memory.
Happy birthday, dear Journey. Happy birthday to you. Fly high, baby girl.
Still mourning the loss of 2-year-old Journey Lane Marberry, friends and family gathered in her honor at a dedicated memorial site in Lake Rathbun. Journey's public memorial site is a testament to how many lives she touched in her short time on Earth. In a statement given to me, the family of Journey said, quote, "The world needs more souls like her. She had a soul that shined like no other. Journey could always put a smile on your face no matter how bad a day you were having." Journey's mother told me her daughter was a firecracker, spunky, and full of life. Her favorite word was no, and she loved cocoa melon. Today, May 14th, would have been her 3rd birthday.
Well, thank you for listening to Journey's story today. While it's clear that something serious happened to her while she was in Roger's care that day, it seems that her mother Katie was seriously neglectful of her children. And in my opinion, she should have been given charges in relation to that. What do you think? So, if you like true crime and you want to hear it from me, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. And turn on those notifications too, so you'll know when I upload a new video, which is at least 3 times every single week. Thanks for watching A Wicked World today. Until next time, take care guys. Bye. Thank you to all the patrons of A Wicked World. Now, there's even more of A Wicked World on Patreon, so check it out on patreon.com/awickedworld, or use the Patreon app. You'll have access to exclusive videos each month and more. Any support truly helps to make sure the victims are never forgotten and to highlight the shortcomings of society associated with each case. Do you have a suggestion for a story you'd like to see me cover? If so, send me an email to awickedworldtruecrime@gmail.com.